Okay, so how can a non-traditional drop shipping store literally be robbing Walmart over $20,000 a month? Well, I'm going to talk about how that's possible and how by thinking outside of the box and understanding how close Walmart is to taking some of Amazon's market share can help you improve your sales and take your store to the next level. So I got that and a heck of a lot more. I'm fired up for that. Hope you're fired up. Let's do this. Okay, so before we jump into my screen share, let me just say my email is below in the description in case you want to talk about how to either do this yourself and or have an entire team fully automate the whole process of having a Walmart store done from you. Everything from A to Z. You won't have to source a single product, list a single product, and or do the customer service on the product at all. So again, my email is below in case you want to discover that option. But nonetheless, let's jump into the topic of this video. I think it's really critical to understand the whole purpose behind this video. And I promise I'm going to be short and sweet, but I'm going to want to drive my point home. And that is that there are two really basic principles that I'm going to discuss with you here and show you how this non-traditional drop shipping store is literally almost robbing $20,000 a month from Walmart. And you might say like, oh, how is it robbing? It's like the Robin Hood thing or what's going on. Whatever that fable was, Robin Hood is the name of the app. Obviously, I'm more in tune with that than the fable itself. But here is what we're essentially doing on this store. But before we jump into that store, two basic principles. The first major one is that everything that has worked in the past on Amazon is now working on Walmart other than one principle that does not work. And I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that history repeats itself. And what I mean is that if you want to think about this from a bigger perspective, the main thing to take from this particular principle is that anyone that right now is working with Walmart, there's a large number of former Amazon employees that jumped ship, went to Walmart. And so the whole way that they have been building Walmart e-commerce online, the back end part, not the brick and mortar, I'm talking about the online basket of Walmart's business is with the same principles that Amazon had over at Amazon. So what does that mean? It means that you'll see repetitive things happening in Walmart that once happened on Amazon. So I'll give you a couple of examples of those shortly. But I just really want to drive that point home. And again, that's like I said, it's because a lot of the employees jump ship. They are now at Walmart and they are the people that are building Walmart to try and take a higher percent share of what Amazon does online. So let's talk about those principles that they've literally copied over to Walmart. And so anything that Amazon's doing right now in the present will happen in the future on Walmart until they catch up. And if they ever catch up, then we're going to have to see, it's going to be a whole new game. But the whole point is I don't think that they'll catch up anytime soon unless they come up with something earth-shattering, which I don't foresee because truth be told, they just aren't hiring the best people. In fact, sometimes the people over at Walmart don't have a freaking clue, and it's just because they're having to catch up to Amazon. So what are those things that they're copying from Amazon? Well, first things first, and this is how this store and any other store like it is literally robbing money out of Walmart's pockets. And the reason for that is because they are not paying attention to multiple listings for any one given product. So what do I mean by that? I mean that I could have something like this phone holder, which is a rubber cat. This could be listed on Walmart multiple times for the same brand. And basically the only difference in those listings is one is cheaper than the others. So it provides an arbitrage opportunity on Walmart. So what do I mean by arbitrage? Like, Liz, you're getting all smart and shit. Okay, it's simple, guys. It's buy low, sell high. So if you got this cat brand, and let's say it's Friskies, right? And Friskies makes this little rubber phone holder, and this is from Friskies. Somebody lists this Frisky product on Walmart.com for $5.99, and somebody else smart comes along and realizes like, well, holy shit, I can sell the same rubber cat holder from Friskies for $16.99 or $17.99. And if people see the one that's $17.99, they're going to buy it. All the person that put it up for $17.99's got to do, buy it from Walmart and ship it to the customer, and they just made an arbitrage profit by doing that. And that's because Walmart allows multiple listings for the same product, even if it's under the same brand. So if that wasn't enough to kind of like I said, rob Walmart of. There's another way you can do this, and that's by creating a multi-pack. So again, going back to Mr. Frisky here, Mr. Pickles, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Pickles is now listed singularly here on Walmart. If we decide to list Mr. Pickles in a pickle patch and put 6 of them or 3 of them, then we can do that as well. Not knowing that one is $6, we could sell a 3-pack for something like $29.99. So it could also be like $34.99. So buying 3 of these will cost us $18. Now we can resell it for $29.99 or $34.99 or whatever our sweet little heart desires. And we've made an arbitrage opportunity or profit on Mr. Frickin' Pickles. And that is just an example how, as I said again, and I cannot keep stressing this enough, anything that's happened on Amazon is now happening on Walmart. It's just behind as much as 10 years. So drop shipping was once a hot topic on Amazon. It's now super hot on Walmart. And at some point, they'll tighten up the restrictions with drop shipping. So it's not going to last forever on Walmart. However, there is still drop shipping on Amazon. So that's the big thing to understand. There will be people that evolve and they still are able to make a profit. However, that profit will start to grow and be less and less. So it'll grow downwards. So instead of them at one point, they were also making 30 to 40% profits. Now on Amazon, it's more than likely to be 10% or less. The same cycle will happen on Walmart. And that's just because of what I said. The history repeats itself. And they've got all of Amazon's former superstar employees that jump ship and are now at Walmart. So that's the first big rule to take here. The second big rule is sometimes just thinking outside of the box and not paying attention to what everyone else is doing works. And that is the simple fact that we're drop shipping from within Walmart. So we're buying products on Walmart to fulfill products that we sell on Walmart. Like, how the hell does that even make sense? But the reality is it's happening, and it's not just this particular store, but thousands and thousands of stores. Remember, there are 3 million sellers on Amazon and only 100,000 on Walmart. So Walmart is very selective about who they allow in. And as a result, there's a ton of margin on Walmart. So you can think outside of the box and you can do things that used to work on Amazon and now put them into effect in Walmart. And they're going to work just as good as they worked on Amazon and even better because principle number 3, which as I said is a huge bonus. And before we jump into these numbers and talk about how I come up with the 20K, let's talk about principle number 3, which is basically the only thing that Walmart has done differently from Amazon. And this is why making profit on Walmart is going to last slightly longer than it did on Amazon, is that Walmart is incredibly selective about who they allow in. You've got to jump over all sorts of hoops and hurdles like a freaking show pony, right? Whereas at one point, Amazon, and most of you guys don't probably even know this, Amazon was begging for people to get on the platform. They were absolutely just begging people. They were giving them 3 months free. So they waived the $39.99 and they let you on the platform for free. And they would take every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the planet. They allowed all of China to get a seller account, multiple seller accounts for that matter. And that is why they got all sorts of counterfeits and fakes and all sorts of crazy, sneaky ass shit going on Amazon. So then they had to get really strict, and now they require passports and utility bills and your firstborns and shit like your blood. It's just crazy over there. Well, with Walmart, they've always had a barrier for entry, so it's always been more difficult to get on Walmart. But as time goes on, that's still going to be the case. However, there's far less sellers on Walmart, and that's a good thing. So remember, 3 million to 100,000. That's why margins will last far longer on Walmart than they did on Amazon. So that's the good news. So how do I come up with this 20,000 and we robbed Walmart of 20,000? Well, here it is right here. As you can see from this screenshot right here, this is so far what's been spent on a store in the first 10 days. You'll notice that $14,000 has been used to purchase products, and the sell price of it has been $21,000. So all in all, the ROI is 38.12. And the profit on this so far is $6K. So over the course of the next 20 days on this one, it'll run up to $20,000 in profit. And you could just triple all these, and that's exactly what it's made. So $20,000 in profit in 30 days by utilizing the technique that I just talked about in the entire video, and that is just drop shipping from within itself. And again, this is the best way to do things right now on Walmart because they're more concerned if you drop ship from their competitor versus if you're drop shipping from within. This also happened at some point on Amazon. It was allowed. And then after a few years, it stopped working. So drop shippers had to evolve. And that will certainly be the case with Walmart. But I foresee it working for a little bit longer just because there's less amount of sellers And Walmart seems to be okay with this as of the present time. Eventually, they'll get a little smarter about it, and then they'll start suspending some accounts and so forth. And then the game just evolves. So pretty much that's a quick rundown of how non-traditional dropshipping is still very much working by pretty much robbing Walmart of their own profits. So let me know your questions and comments below. I always personally answer those. And remember, my email is below in case you do want to talk about how to either do this yourself or hire somebody to do it for you from A to Z. So peace out.